Sanibonani bafethu, this is your boy KATLEGO aka Mr. Soweto aka Mr. Cool himself. Welcome to Kota and Chill. Welcome to Food Bar. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow the culture. Today, number OG. Yeah, OG encane, mini OG. Nema rising to zenzile shem. Uhlula nama OG apha. So angazi ngintroduce kanjani like wenza abantu ababhaya base industry wenza kasirap like isandla sakhe sibe impactful ukasirap. Egama bafethu niyamazi. Abamrap abaningi manje ngisho amehla avulile kanje. Speaker bafethu. Khote.
Sure.
Wenza kanani Soweto?
Kunjani?
Manje yaphela manje siyabonga ukuthi uzile eshowini siyabonga ukuthi uzile Kota and Chill.
Bonga mina.
Waza kuFootball. Yabo mina. So abantu ababukele manje emakhaya like bafuna ukwazi ukuthi uSpeeka ubani, Speeka ubuyaphi and uSpeeka uyaphi. So basically who's Speeka?
So mina igama lami uThapelo.
Our tips.
Thapelo. Yeah, uSpeeka lasestradini. I've had that nickname since I was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
Even before Shama beat.
Sure.
Yeah, kulele KATLEGO soweto.
Yeah.
Zarele yetike Coast Clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mana kulele KATLEGO. Raised by both parents. Already the time we were mahata. But I ain't no snitch. Yeah, it's like the Union Musasemzini.
Yeah.
And hip hop head dog.
Sure.
Like I've always been a fan of music. I'm telling you quiet to like your obsession of music.
Yeah, sure.
And then mang long cool, mang discover it idea hip hop. That's why we're here.
Yeah, because of the hip hop culture.
Hip hop dog.
Hip hop dog. Because this whole time I'm a pass because my parents are going to police.
Sure.
That's all I'm a pass.
Sure. And funny enough, we already sort of unintentionally introduced me to hip hop.
Oh.
Because when I was a kid, the track Fugees, Killing Me Soft.
Oh, Killing Me Soft.
So when I was young, I loved that song, yabo.
Yeah.
And he already picked up with, this boy loves the song, so I think I should buy him the cassette yakon.
Sure.
Yabo, so he already buy the cassette, Fugees, the score.
Yeah, sure.
And you heard that album.
Fugees, the score.
Yeah. So if I go, guys, really. So, mang a little cassette, mang press up play.
Sure.
Because I get old lady in her head, she was thinking this is a soul album because of that one song in Killing Me Soft. And hip hop, it's just that one song.
Sure.
So mang a little album. My life changed because I was like, what is this? Because at the time,
Sure.
but I sort of saw it as quite a young stage.
Yeah.
Because I was already familiar with quite, but Mangis were lazy. But the beats they were rapping on.
Yeah.
I was like, quite a state nutty. And then that's where I sort of was first introduced to hip hop music.
Yeah.
And then hip hop culture. I only got introduced to hip hop culture when I got to high school, grade 8. Yeah, Skime Ninja, Kimo. Shout out to Kimo.
Shout out to Kimo one time.
Kimo, yeah.
Kimo, Remo.
Yeah, Kimo. He like broadened my horizons in terms of hip hop. Because up until that point, hip hop it was just Fugees, Eminem.
Yeah, shady.
And like 90% quiet.
Yeah.
So Mangsana no Kimo. That's when I'm a session. Like I remember the first time we got to Slughuis was like 2004, Shakri 10, things like I'm a cypher, so just in the hip hop culture, he put me on to that. So
because very today I want us to talk about like the hip hop culture.
Sure.
Because can people know Speeka aware, like
you
know what's what.
Sure.
I want us to talk about like Slughuis. Firstly, like, do you know how Slughuis came about? Like, history Slughuis, do you know what it is?
Yeah, I know a few things because I actually did a documentary about
Yeah.
the how Slappies came about and
Yeah,
what
sure.
happened. So yeah, Kalekona Kasle
Yeah.
DK
One time.
Kaslamakas
Yonke into Kalala.
by our Enzo, our Chicken, our Goodman.
Yeah.
Watch the doc, guys. Just search Slughuis joint elements on YouTube and you'll
Yeah.
find it. And yeah, no ndaba ngiyabona freestyle, but if you watch that docu, it breaks down everything from how it started to how it sort of broke down and amagents were clash and
Why? Because like people been asking me what happened via Slughuis.
Yeah.
Why is Penny? Because it was like a beautiful movement.
it was.
Lebe khona and they do that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, because Slughuis for this guy, Pro.
Yo.
You know, the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Yo.
This guy Pro. This guy Abu Moli.
Yeah.
Abu F Easy. So it was like to call it important is an understatement.
Yeah,
man,
that's
because
right.
if you remember at the time, Ikwaito was the order of the day.
Yeah.
Kwaito, like Mosha hip hop, we need
Yeah, yo,
Air
my
Force,
man.
yo,
Yeah,
my man.
it's just this, man.
So I'm a chance, because of the love and passion that they had, they were like, okay, Fedi, Asali, Kwaito Imnani, Maraba, hip hop. And in doing that, Abantu started to see that it wasn't just limited to Ama, yo, my man.
Yeah.
You could like
Tell the story.
ube hip hop, but still ube
Yeah.
like mutasekas.
Yeah.
You could rap in vernac
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be dope at it, and that's what platforms like Slughuis were able to do. And yeah, I mean there were like internal struggles, best explained in the doc.
Yeah, they'll go to the doc.
Please,
Yeah. Maria's Navi.
Yeah, it breaks it down in further detail. Mara, in a nutshell, yeah, there were like disagreements, there was money involved. Yeah, also obviously more tata imali, and then just put it amongst friends. There will be drama. And there was a lot of drama there. And unfortunately, yeah, things went sour. But the legacy that Slughuis has left was impacted the whole country, not just Soweto hip hop. The whole country,
Globally.
Yeah, because as much as Fedi, before Slughuis, there were cats who were rapping in vernac.
Yeah.
But I feel like Slughuis sort of made it like cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Fedi, we hear how much as the
Bashang is slow.
Bashang is slow, and other cats Bashang in vernac. But when you earned your stripes, Slughuis Bashang in vernac, you felt like I'm an MC now. Yeah. So yeah, man, we could talk for hours, but again, man, what's the dark?
Yeah.
What's the dark? It's all there.
It's
all there.
So there are people who are currently watching.
Yeah.
Maybe they heard about the Slughuis, Madabasazi, like so.
Okay, so before I continue, like I wasn't part of the movement.
Yeah, but
okay.
Standards are considered.
Ganjani?
Beat-wise.
No.
Amatista boss man na Maseven, Shazy.
Yeah, but that wasn't Slughuis. Slughuis, because you asked me a lot about Slughuis. But I wasn't part of the movement. I only documented what went down. So I wasn't part of it. Yeah. So Slughuis is it was a platform or movement where you come through and you rap. And the crowd make judge.
Yeah.
Then if we work, the crowd they poor. No. Boo.
Yes.
Quit rap. You suck. No. And it's one of the things that are sort of missing in today's hip hop culture. In today's hip hop culture, it's all about hi, mupe a chance. No, moves. No, those days it's dog. Are you nice? You rap. Or work, they tell you, no, you are not nice. Because the thing is with MCs, there's never been an MC who has said, yeah, I am whack.
And,
Even the wackest of the whack believes that they are nice.
Yeah.
So Slughuis served as a platform where they would let you know.
if you
And
went
if you had doubts in your abilities, the best way to prove or to test yourself or to figure that Slughuis, get on that stage, or rap it, and then the crowd will tell you with nah dog, whack.
Yes.
And it was a good thing. It was a good thing because if you were like maybe umuntu ofana nami who loved the culture but didn't know where they fit in, because most of the time when you're a hip hop head, your first instinct is you want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
I think every single hip hop head at some point in your life was a bomb rapper. Most of us at some point.
Yeah.
So it's like if people figured out, okay, let me try this rapping thing out.
Sure.
If they booed you, and then you're like, yeah, no, this is not for me. Then you focus on making beats instead.
One time.
Then that's it. That was the job of Slughuis to figure it out. But if you are in fact rapper, but we're just having a bad day, it's fine. But poor that one day, if you knew in your heart, no, let you go home and you perfect your skill. And when you come back the next week or the next month or whatever, and you're better, you rap. But yeah, no, I'm saying, Slughuis built you.
Yeah.
You know, so they
I'm a
try. Sure. Yeah, so that was the importance. Because now there is no platform or anyone to say, umuntu no, when they're able to put together, make words rhyme. I buy a laptop. Buy a laptop, you have TikTok, I rap it, and then in pinch down dog. But people who have an actual ear for it, they're out there. But that was Slughuis. Yeah. So that was the importance of Slughuis and how they managed to give us your pros and your FEs.
Music, it's also music.
Yeah, totally.
For TikTok and
Sure.
But ngibona wakutha ukuthi la kids lawa manje bewangafitha ku Slughuis. Like when I hit Slughuis there.
Yeah.
There.
Some of them.
Yeah,
some of them.
That place was gangster, I think. That place was gangster and
it was raw.
Yeah. Ufika lapha ngathi we bezokutshela 99.
Sure.
Lapha bengafakelwana bekutshelwana straight.
Sure. Yeah.
Industry manje igcwele fakeness, yabo.
Yeah, so yeah, there are some cats Abantswembu, Pandah that would have survived the Slughuis stage. Others, they wouldn't have survived. They wouldn't have survived. Yeah, I was there. Definitely. Big tidy. Yeah, I was there. Like I feel like everyone in Soweto who was a hip hop head was there that day. You know, because big tidy. Like, it's packed. Yeah, I was there. Dude. I was here.
So how do you come up with like the Sotra Cyphers?
Sotra Cyphers. Sotra Cyphers, it's a movement, a web series that I run on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And the concept is straightforward. I invite gents that can rap, and they rap on my beats, and I capture them on camera as they are rapping. But how it started, it was by accident. Completely by accident, because what happened was we were recording the album Maseven, right?
Sure.
Which was Havoc Reloaded. And at the time in Saspana, like I had a 9 to 5 in call center, so I had 2 days off. So mastering on the 7th, and when I was at the studio, on this day. So I had 2 days off. So he came on my first day off. So Magaswagale studio we wanted to record songs for his album where he was featuring Big Zulu, Anzo, Million Queen Masisi, Nozwest Tuna. So they pulled up to the studio, And it was one of those sessions we were recording artists, guys would see manpala in studio.
Sure.
And that takes forever.
Eish.
Oh, and for me, it came to a point where, like, the Kenya, so it says Kenya that I should I'm waiting for them to finish writing. So as they were writing, I suggested, can I just shoot you on camera, recording something in the meantime, just to get our creativity, flowing. How much yes, they all agree. I picked the beat and I shot it with my phone at the time. I'm shining Samsung keys in Yana. So I played the beat, recorded the audio, shot them. I shot everyone, and then the recording session went on. And then the next day, on my second day off, I don't know what I'm doing. It was been Kenya. But as I was editing, I was like, editing there. And I didn't even struggle to come up with the name. I didn't have like a short list. Maybe I can call it blah blah. Feeling that nice trick, I'm gonna call this Sotra Cyphers. Like immediately. I'm gonna call this Sotra Cyphers. And then but just to test about was it when I posted it, when I uploaded it onto YouTube, on Facebook, I was like, if you guys can give me 1,000 views on this episode, I'll give you a second episode. Yeah, well, fine. I uploaded it. That's 1,000 views. After that, I'm not plan. So I'm like, Tizo, Nox, Spiliquad, Zola, my face to shoot the side. Zola, my chance. They came through with Ferguson. So part 2, we shot it on that day. When I put it up, I was like, if you want a third episode, I need 1,000 views on this one as well. Sure enough, but 1,000. Yes. Part 3, sure. Ignition, trigger, X, Zolan, my chance. We shot that. Same story. If you give me 1,000, I'll give you the 4th episode. Same 1,000. At episode 4. So it came to a point now where, because I enjoyed doing it so much, I stopped asking Wuti, can I need 1,000 views? Whether I need 1,000 views or not, is about talking on my episode. Whether I need or not. So after that, part 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was 2016. And man, I've had some amazing guests so this year it's 7 years. So in the 7 years, I've had like legends, dog. I've had Emphatic Tabs. I've had Snaz the Dictator. I've had Stony T. I've had Tony Mac. I've had Touchline. I've had CHAs. So it's just gotten better and better and yeah. So this year we're about to kick it up a notch. Yeah. So that's in a nutshell, that's Sotra Cyphers.
No Big Zoo.
Big Zoo wasn't that first episode. Yeah, in the clip that he was mad young.
So how's the change? How's the feel of owning Sotra Cyphers? Like they feel pressure, challenges of his
I think the best way I can explain it for me, and as if disc. Yeah. Imagine if as a soccer fan, not as a soccer player, not as a coach. Imagine if as a fan, dog. So on this day, uzozwakala ubukele Ronaldo no Messi fielding badlala. How would that make you feel as a fan? Right? So to me, it's like that. I feel like I'm in a position where, as a fan of the culture, as a fan of hip hop, I get to be there and make big camera and watch like my favorite MCs do what they do. So even in my reactions when you're watching the episode, so it's because I genuinely love shooting every single episode. And what I love about the whole process of shooting is that sometimes what I'll do is when I curate an episode, like say I'll invite this one guy and then I'll like maybe outlay we are a PTA and then another rapper is from the VAR. And then they meet a studio sub when we come to shoot and then they've exchanged contacts, and now they're home. That's one of my favorite things as well, you know. So it's not just about me, because I can definitely say Uti doing it, it was partly like a selfish reason, because as a beat maker, that's my first love. As a beat maker, I'm a chance of I'm a beat. You know? So I also wanted a platform for me as well, that when I make a beat, rappers come and rap on my beats to showcase my beats. Because every single Sotra Cypher episode is a beat that I made. Sometimes I make them like 5 minutes before my chance of figure in studio. You know, because that's what I do, dog. I make beats, that's my first love. So part of the reason why I did end up making it a thing was just so I could have a platform to showcase my beats as well. And yeah, just as a fan above anything, as a fan of the music, of the culture, being there, it keeps me going. Like, I'm probably gonna stop, man, if my joints stop working or something. But as long as that love and fire that I have for hip hop is still there, I'm still gonna be shooting.
Why?
Yeah, tot.
Who came and gave you the best verse?
The best verse.
That's the top 5.
The best verse number 1 now, Story, dog.
Didn't matter.
Story T, dog.
That one made us every beat.
Hands down. But some of my other favorite verses, F-Easy. I had him in the first season of KZN Lockdown Cypher meets Sotra Cyphers, which was a collab between me and Uzab.
Yeah.
So in the season 1 finale,
sure,
I had F-Easy there. He's one of the best, besides the best verses in the series, one of the best verses I've ever heard in my life, period.
Easy.
F-Easy. Yeah, masterclass level. Please check it out. So yeah, so it's F-Easy. Abanye, I'm trying to think, Revolution. Revolution, I had an episode where I had Tony Dangler and Ili Amin, both some of my favorite MCs, favorite verses, favorite MCs really, but some of my favorite verses ever. I've had Ferguson on the second season of the KZN Lockdown Cypher with Sotra Cyphers. Yeah. Was incredible. It was so dope that when I put it up on TikTok, or commented on DJ Spook, he was like, "This is pro resurrected."
Hey.
So imagine getting that type of reaction from someone who actually signed pro.
Hey.
And Ubiza Ufega said the resurrection of pro.
Aye.
So that was a big deal for me.
Sure.
Like, yo, Ubone on my platform, and that's how it feels, you know. So that's one of my favorite verses as well. One Way also delivered one of my favorite verses. Kuning out to Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic also delivered one of the best Sotra Cyphers verses. Tony Max verse as well is incredible. Tony shot my dad. Clean. Because then again, it's special because he's like the only guest that I've had who broke down his verse. Like which is so yeah, him as well. And also, but this one hasn't dropped yet. Maybe by the time this episode airs, gets uploaded.
Yeah.
Envy.
Sure.
Envy's verse, dog.
Yeah.
So when that drops, please check it out. Landmark's verse also is fire. Ampana, like we probably need another episode where we're going to verse pair. Because
The weakest. You guys were not good enough there.
The weakest. Man. I wouldn't say I have a weakest because when I invite you because I'm saying you are dope.
Call figure choke away the car. Okay, I have a choke again, but we have a Tantuan. We have photos of Shivers.
Okay, fairly. There have been instances where I've invited cats and shooter, and then I was like, that verse was not the one, and then I never put it out. But it's not fair on them. Nah, man, because now if I now that's cover.
Oh, okay. If you go to Sotra Cyphers, I got pull me video, so it's really hard.
It's not because you were whack. It's just that you were having a bad day, and I understand.
Yeah, so yeah.
And I understand. We all have. You shouldn't judge a man based on his worst day.
Nah.
You know? Yeah, it was
So
just that. I've told them, Vana, I said it in like 6 months. Yeah, but and I mean that not in a bad way, you know, cause another thing also, like I feel like Menzeli favor, cause if I put your verse there and mean in my heart I'm like I like it though, and then I put it up. Bese kuma comment, but manje speaker ubando manje. Yabo, so limele. Bese plema ban mina. So pifa na, so panela matis check 8,000. Yabo.
Wena kuwe. Lapha yakusesilotha.
Yabo. Yeah. So I'm not gonna name drop anyone who's white.
And the mala lapha kuwe wena kusesilotha lapha ya.
Kanja.
But it's another lapha kuwe phambi kwamehla.
And indaba ijive with nami, because half the time some of these bars go over my head. Jump after my comments. But yo, Untwana is actually throwing shots at Usman Ban. Yo, Untwana, it does ring on, man. Then I go back and listen. Oh shit, fair, yo. Yeah, because me na fit and guitar drama, man.
Yeah.
Especially Wami.
And Iguaku.
You know, like, if if like for example, if Untwana Atigim, yeah, speak and jam, so no tisa Usman man, my answer would have been, nah, dog. Yagu, if you don't decide, I call them a better league. Now MPL in Melida.
Yeah.
Ready platform with him a better Lana is just, you know, right dog. Yeah, it's just for just flossing your skill. If you want to diss someone, if you want to go at them, Shangana ringy. Shangana ringy.
Type them.
Sure.
Yeah. So from speaker the hip hop head.
Sure.
What makes the best verse? Now it's within sharp pin aganja. But can you memoranda?
It differs, you know, because sometimes you'll find that a verse was so well delivered.
Yeah.
Ne mara, like if you just write down the lyrics, and you're like, this is okay. But you'll find that in the way that the MC delivered that, it makes it a good verse.
Yeah.
And then there are some verses where you're like, oh, this is fire. But like shaya. So that's what makes an MC. You know, if you can write it down well and then convince me. Because I can write like a dope verse, but then because there are some MCs, and this is a critique that I give all the time.
Yeah.
Where like, I'll tell a cat with Amfana, your verse is nice, but it sounds like you're reading.
Yeah.
Sharp. Yeah. So I can say Amfana, you know, if there's punchlines, if there's alliteration, blah 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 blah, sharp, but did the MC deliver it accordingly?
Attitude.
Yeah. So attitude. That's why some people think that Ugreba is easy because they think they can write well. It's not the case. You can be a good writer, but deliver or perform. You know, because I've seen situations where but then when you see them on stage, like in the anyone, you're dropping bars, but you're not convincing me. You're not convincing me. Yeah, so for me, that makes the best verse, man. It's aside from it being well written, like, when you spit your verse, are you convincing me that those words are coming from your heart, and you're not just reading lines nje ephelele yabo. Yeah.
So Nakona, what I want to know is, you've mentioned like a lot. We mentioned abantu ababhaya, and those cats are dope.
Sure.
But those cats are known in the streets.
Yeah.
So yini yenza labantu ukuthi bangafiki la bafuna ukufika khona, bangafiki kuma maximum potential wabo. Why bangablow?
There could be a reason yabo. Yeah. But for the most part, I feel like the reason that most cats aren't able to like ascend or blow up is that they don't have a solid team behind them. Because I never figured out we want. Some cats are fortunate enough to have a team behind them, and by having a team behind you, it's not just like, okay, Sharp, Tanga, you do the marketing, you do the blah 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 blah, you do the blah 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 blah. Sharp, everyone has their role, but here's the question: do they believe in your dream as much as you believe in your dream? Yeah. Like, they should believe in you to a point where they realize not just I would say that just in case so when now, you know, it should be and we're gonna get there, and I'm gonna use you know, my talents or my connects or my whatever to get this guy there. And yes, we figure that so we, you know, hopefully he doesn't become big-headed as Kappa, so hopefully. Because it happens. It happens, but that's why it's tricky getting together a team. And it doesn't end with just having a good team. You can have a good team, but now, as umuntu, as someone who's chasing the dreams, are you disciplined enough? Untanga makathukuwe dog une interview 11 da Kota in Chi. You figure that dog. Bese now you're like, afi yazwakala shy. You rock up to the interview more and you know, so things like that, because we can blame people around an artist with but also is that person disciplined? Is that person disciplined? You know, because Mama tell you if it's an interview for a podcast, but say shoot at Maseven. If your response is Maseven, boy, I'm so being almost there, then Kota. Forget it. It's also free for the local. So the discipline. If it starts with the artists themselves. If they are disciplined enough and they care enough about their dream and their craft, that they will show up to interviews, to recording sessions, to performances, to figure at a performance, sober-minded, already, practice, you know, because the line, especially in what we do, the line between having fun and being professional is thin. It's thin because my Insta about today in studio. Hey, abona siyawo. Yabo, shampoo is yawo. It's a studio affects yawo. So if you are that type of artist that will say, I feel to fade in it, you understand the routine. So but can we at least start drinking after the record? You know, can we celebrate after? Because they've been in situations where we are recorder and then maybe the artist will feature rayo, figure studio, segabhi, access Spanish, and man, I understand that, hey man, isn't to some of Shuba, sometimes they will shy, sometimes they will zishe, but we have to try and like balance our lives around that, especially man, if you're talking about chasing a certain dream. Like you have to treat the popular like you can't the dog like was with more you know. So it starts with the artist the artists themselves, they need to take themselves seriously. So when you take yourself seriously, everyone around you automatically.
Yeah.
It starts with that and having a good team and showing up, man. Just show up. And also into that we must not pretend is not there. Sometimes you find always katsako. It's katsako.
When Jesus said yes, nobody can say no.
That's why even after with all these things that I've mentioned, Umuntu Discipline has a good team. Mara, they only blow up after 10 years. It's testament to believing in yourself that much. You would see, no, I'm still going to write it out. And then maybe 15 years from now, car is on here.
Yeah.
Mr. Monge, about here, best new car, but when you ask me, 20 years, no, 20 years, new car. So, that's another thing. Like, Magus Katsak talk, it's Katsak. And the thing is with this particular industry is that when it's your time, it happens like you blow up in such a way that I'll give you an example, more plague.
Yeah.
Yo, now he's featured on everyone's song.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. When it's your time. That's exactly how it happens. Like and then everone in the game starts noticing. Everyone sort of like sees you as a star. They're like, yo, I'm making you feature. Even people that are already in the game.
Sure.
Someone's like, oh, I'm your biggest fan. Okay. That's his part, you know? So it's you know, having the proper discipline, having a good team behind you, and crossing your fingers with see it's your figure in time. But as long as you love what you're doing, you'll stay the course and continue until Upopa 25 years late.
Speakers even
sure.
Loud, speakers and that. Yeah.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Now when I speak, we produce as the kasirap. As the kasirap.
Yeah.
Yo,
sure.
As it tools out there. When the difficulties we face as a producer, like as one I black and
I'm a challenge for it. It's just finalized, like, cause most of my good friends, like in jazz, I'm fade. Mara, it's whatever, dog. You know. That and also. So no one I'm at large, because as a producer, you'll find inspire nale vie, mara laser one. And at any given time, if you if you say like maybe something positive about the other guy, and then this guy would they should very fucking idea. Speak. So things like that, like just be Maseven. Nah. Yeah. So situations like that where so now made manje my chance. Why can't we all just get along, man?
Come on.
Let's all get along, dog. You know? And also eating, man. And for me personally, into it, like I see this as a big challenge. It's just like it's cut.
Yeah.
Like I'd say a good 95% of the artists that I work with don't respect time. You know? And right now, more than ever, I feel like we should, it's the one thing that we all should respect. Because Bang Tegu dog, I started recording on 10. I started recording on 10, but so when I figure 5 to 12. But say 12 load shading yeah shot. But say it's a spy. Yeah, load shading has sort of forced us with not. I must take on 10. Must take on 10. Figure on 10 with this spy. Focus.
Like this bad. So when I play like basically the way ngathini ukabza umapolisa bekasirap
Mausho,
Yeah, main beat maker kasirap speed. So what I want to know is, was in I know David is to and then for years what in the Wulali kasirap.
Number one on the list of is unity or lack thereof. Kasirap, there's very, very minimal unity, you know. Everyone seems to have some personal vendetta against someone else, and or sometimes Toluti about to like will create a vendetta on something that isn't there. For example, if say for example Yanguza no yeah, speaker, who are your top 5 favorite MCs?
Yeah.
Yabo, name. And then longam nimang I touch a personal.
Aye.
About things like that. Yeah, dogs. So things like that, like we're all like we're trying not to angaz man. Like asabani marasasabani.
Ne.
Yabo, asabani in the sense of I'm a better MC or whatever. But we are Masabe in the sense of like deep down, you know, with lane same mara angfunu approach for the feature. Because what if he says something wrong and then I take it sideways or whatever. But the unity is just it's not there, you know. And unity, I'm not saying uti sonke velesibe impinch. But I'll give you an example with something that I saw in other states. Ulura Chris, I don't know if you saw this. Ulura Chris dropped a clip of himself, a rap, Shaves. And is another Zahlanya. So, like Abu Pasta, we're sharing that clip. Abu Pasta Rhymes, Abu Ferroman, all these people, like, it's not because in Pinchao, it's just, and you're telling your followers, check this guy out.
Yeah.
Now, why you kasirap? When someone sees something dope, maybe Google Facebook, I like you or whatever, I share. Because maybe feel if I share it with my following, my friend Monk as well. But Nakona also, all these vendettas, I guess, Kona Itori behind them. You know, maybe if we can have some sort of kasirap truth and reconciliation, where we all iron out our problems. But just all these personal vendettas and no unity, and I feel like that's what sort of holding kasirap back. But we've tried, man. You know, we've had like things like Abu KRO, KRO. KRO was a movement from a few years ago. It was called Kasirap October, which later changed to Kasirap Organization, where a lot of people within the Kasirap sphere, Ekasi, got together and tried putting together like an event that was supposed to be like an annual thing. And even in putting that together, it had its own challenges and it eventually fell apart. So I point that out to say, which is not like people haven't tried. They have tried, but it didn't work out. But it wouldn't be a crime to keep trying. So I guess it's things like that. Because man, because man, it's a second mean, but it's a second mean. It's good mainstream. You if you cover it with something, I don't know.
Sure, it's
a second mean. That's why you never see You never see as a kasirap in each other's comments. There's a few faded that are homies with each other, but you never see them in each other's comments. I'm a celebrity, as a gaming. I'm a commenting was born. I'm a verification. Because bad stuff with Bava, so they're looking out for each other. Yeah. So if Nati were to get to that level, and then Minangazen's perfect. It's perfect. Because now personally, if I know, if I've heard Uti, I untanga or ring up line, I'm not gonna show that person love public because I know how you feel about it. So now Minangazen's perfect. Yeah. There are some situations where I'm like, I know Uti so Gage. But for making the cult, for the betterment of the culture, maybe if we were to overlook his business and just push each other where we can and help where we can, it will do the culture better. That's perfect, Mara. It's worth a shot to keep trying. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. When I change. Hey, everything show is 6 now. All right. So, OCG, let's go. Hi, umuntu abasebenza ngibone izithomo zodwa excited shithi ngena kahle kada shithi senza kahle hayi isho kumele khuphule manje kale ngama case manje ke sibuye sesidomanga One sky. Marutu yashaya man. No. Utu yashaya. Utu said to wear on 2 and the way on 3. Saturday. I ain't when I was at the high pin, so from Vienna, I was a million share and among a food share. Mafuna la zeba town. Ay, ba go mo go Nesa record. At any given point, Maseven, if you wanted to perform that song, you could have easily done that. Ushezi, if you wanted to perform the song, you could have done that. Meaning that if the NTARIYANA at the time you make the or whatever, I would play the song as my own, but it was the moment song. And yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Bushes and I flipped the song in his mixtape as well. Just to further explain what the moment song. If you need the song on your project, only. So that's according to my understanding. That's how it is. But technically, you know, by the fact that Maseven put it on his album, by that version, then sort of turned that song into his song. So then it becomes Maseven featuring Slughuis, right? Ushezi, when he puts it on his mixtape, then becomes Shezi featuring Slughuis. So that's why it's a bit confusing because when I cover the version the album Maseven, right? So they know the song as Check Maseven featuring Shezi. And then there are some fans who know it's on Shezi, so that means Check Shezi featuring Maseven. Confusion by, but essentially it's circulate to song. It's circulate to song. It's C4.
Because that one might like club.
Yeah.
And club.
Yep. Like that song, this is the true story. That song was so big. I remember being Rato standing in line in my taxi. Couldn't insist. Like a phone or not speak. Not around club. Just in line. And I remember standing there, you still a club, shake it. Bring that thing on what? Stay. Shakuja. So that's the day I realized, oh, shake you fine. Yeah, but one of the odds, you know, standing in line with someone. Yeah, so yeah, I know that.
So John usually the club, but like generation like mostly parents say you could like them to bed.
Sure.
Like you're
sure.
Doing that translation is. So in Mali, yes,
in Mali, well, not to my knowledge, you know, unless if you're talking royalties, because some artists, I remember when I registered as e-picnic, I included everyone's name. And also I don't know if everyone else registered it. So if there was any money made, it may have been via royalties. And I couldn't have been that much because it wasn't as I told it like a play. The check lane was big in the streets.
Really?
No, dog, very. You could say Rutu is really but it wasn't on heavy rotation. Because I know, for example, Teta FM. Teta FM, I know the Lazara.
Sure.
So my royalty, I mean, and that's just one. I'm not saying it's not a big rotation or whatever, but the numbers that in terms of better like couldn't have been that much with my just thing you know. Because for me, heavy rotation is what's a little 10, what's a little 5, what's a little 5, what's a little kaya, every day, everything. That's heavy rotation. Pull up again, when the example, I send a text, no, I get it. But even if it did receive airplay, I don't think it ends that much.
Because now you can do some internet being up then push it down. What's important?
Am I showing? And obviously like Mudbewan also buy a KATLEGO. I forget I'm long. You and Jack McCullough check Tunk Sunday. It's it. Now that's what. Oh, one that's checking by the pick up a dog. I talk Tunk Sunday. Hey, Jack McCullough check. That's how things sort of to be shade, Bluetooth. That's how things really pop off. before we get to, because the song isn't available like it wasn't available on streaming sites. I think I once saw it on YouTube.
Views.
And then
My daily da.
yeah. Was YouTube
Anything.
yes, but when we were making the song, I don't think it was anyone's intention. Except he must shy. Because the funny thing is, something soweto, yeah, and it's put in the repeat.
Yeah.
Now it was the same Maseven. Because she's long after. So the intention behind it, like bringing another clear forward, like let's not allow a song in studios and stuff. There are chance, what do you know? Maybe, yeah, it was just one of those things they like Shezi, Maseven, two incredible writers got together, conceptualizer. I recorded the song there's a producer by the name of Kota.
Yeah.
Dope. He's one of the best producers in the country. Yeah, he's a dope producer, dope sound engineer. So I recorded and yeah, man. So if he ends the imani, you might have gonna show up, but it wasn't that much. Yeah, because I don't think it could get to a point where he ends the imani to a point where C4 guy doing that success. Yeah, well, I don't think anyway. Yeah.
Imagine I'll tell me, okay, when I was Alex, my yenze, kwatile yo. Yena phela noshiza basakhulumisana. Yena something soweto abekho grand. Yena no big Zulu abekho grand. And you want to be Sotra Cyphers ukhona big Zulu ngisho. Asaseqale incane. Like amufaka zisingabuzi. Kwenzala yini ngokubona kwakho. Phela uwoze indaba zamajili.
Nah, exactly. Nah, but I wonder when about Bano and Funtab with Banola, it's best to put it about I can say one thing, and all I've been doing is maybe spreading something that's not true.
Yeah.
Because now imagine it's yo, let's try I want to start the show. We say, yo, serious? Yeah, sure. They say, example. So for me, it's best to hear because I can say one thing and then I'm going to say, why don't see me? Let's cut it. So it's best to use
something like one about big Zulu, obviously, impact again. Very impact Maseven culture.
For me, the culture Maseven and it's bigger than what most people realize. Number one, for me anyway, if you go onto social media and search for an artist, basically account 100, that's impact, that's influence.
Sure.
Search Maseven, no Facebook. When I'm account 100, Munuzbiza obse the real Namanje, Omunyo obse Maseven, Omunyo. So imagine you're so impactful that people almost.
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
Yeah.
And Leo impact is the same as Uchakatola is that same impact. Into Anna's Funuba and on Facebook. O'Shea's in that. Into Anna was bizarre. Conin's bizarre. Two stories bizarre. See ya, speaker, shave. So that's the first impact. Another thing that most people don't realize. Let's put this on but it's bow.
Yeah?
Bow. Yeah. If you listen to kasirap, the last maybe 12 years, every now and then khona kasirap ezothi yeah mina ngipower ngikhuluma namapower in that word igimi faka u7 leyo ke ngiphakamela ngize ngiyobhola because I was there.
So
I was there, so that's influence. If you can say something in your music and then have other people use it as part of the language, like Little Way, that's what Little Way came up with the word pling pling.
yeah?
Pling, until they would pling pling is a Little Way. You can look it up though.
But I'm going pling pling, that's a
yeah, Little Way. Little Wayne has been recording since he was 11 though.
Oh!
But that was so. Yeah, so he said it in a song, and now song we know what bling bling is, we know what it means. So similar situation, Maseven. So according to my understanding, the corner, I think I think it was Paulos or something, I'm not sure.
Hey, now,
I'm not sure. Maramiza Pau, Tuntanga. So, U7 yena, Begati, Magamiza Jomuntu, Okutora Njingalea, which was like similar to the entire sponsor, Torinjing Pau.
Oh, okay.
So that's how about moments of Jomuntu Atipop Tabuti, 707. Leo Fana, because I was there, because we used to always like a joke about it. I remember when we be in studio, U7 would always be on some like my Stephen, I'm a power, I'm a power, so something used to always like joke about it. Maybe Bagati, and this is just an example. That maybe what he called, and then someone jokingly say, I'm a power he called. Yeah, so for Tina in our circle, it was Mr. we come and power, 07.
Sure.
And then he came to market music and he was using that word in songs.
Sure.
Everyone else, even people that didn't really mess with U7, Funny one. The most funny said, look at my leg. So I can confirm it right now on this couch.
On this couch?
Kota in cheers.
Yes.
Uguti. Yeah, bro. The word bow is a Maseven. Thank you. Next question.
Danko. So, I'm saying, man, Ushes one be and Shia. Why?
A Shia.
Like Ushes will fly the Shia. Interview Buzu 7 with Ushes. Like living Ushes with Middle 7. I have to tell you what it is. Like Ushes no 7 in day one. Like but when they go to the most of these Ushes will be no 7. They so I go by in a Maseven. Mara Ushes is a lot to be. Turn on the case bar. Like what the Kiriki. Why am I cheating like I was feeling one? I was 7. Bang your Gololo Zinga.
Again, but I think, man, Mina, I've never seen it as Uti. Uspan Manuda, Ushi, Uspan Man. Because he's on our could look for himself. So, Mina, as if it's just a me thing. But Mina, I'm gonna flourish or whatever. I am not going to I'm not going to feel like you owe me something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel entitled to your success. I'm gaming. Now I'm in fun. Or made fun over the affair.
Yeah.
You know? I'm Leo mentality. So maybe that's why I'm going to share. For me, check on someone. You're hard. So I guess that question should be asked to umuntu fila ngathi bamshiyile.
Yeah. So when I'm like as a producer, as a moment to like was with the guitar.
Yeah.
When as a producer, when I cast a credit guy, which is the lens into so. Maybe that's why. But it's not fucking the lens about.
I guess, and because I see it gabaya now. I'll give you an example. When you mentioned, I remember this one time. I think some American or Canadian rapper a post that I forgot what the post was about, but kone umuntu on Facebook one tag will post le. But yeah, I forgot who the artist was, but let me just say for the sake of telling the story, Dex.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Dex, please put speaker on tag. Please put speaker on because all these guys are blowing up and they're leaving him behind. Big Zulu blew up, yeah, but they left him behind. And that is not the case because most people see Big Zulu on Sotra Cyphers and they immediately think, Wuti, yeah, I put him on. Like, yeah, Zulu Zwagala, fag it up, pop, and it wasn't the case. That was by chance because Ubrazila, no Maseven, and then they were on the they were on the episode.
Yeah.
Episode did what it did, and then whichever moves that Upizui did, that was Ispansak.
Yeah.
So I have no business at all.
Yeah.
Just cause Untanga Uyi, me going, oh, what you do? Nah, that was funny. I'm crazy proud of Zulu.
Yeah.
So when he progresses, whoever progresses,
Because
maybe I guess maybe they were tighter.
Yeah.
But for me now, I'm fana is my own journey.
Yeah. Why?
Why? So what I do is okay, maybe willing spa. So spa, put in the work. It's all on me. No one owes me anything. No one owes anyone anything.
Yeah,
no one owes anyone anything, dog. If me and your opa and I get to where I'm at and I see what came with Pananja, because let's use it over here. When we are on the outside looking in, it might look like the Mutlo as Valena, but you don't know what Kunjana. You don't know what party I'm fine. I wanna pass my shadow, or let's tell us sick fire. Or they come and they have no choice but I'm a Jackson's on board. You don't know that.
Yeah.
So it's best to just wish them luck. If they are able to, when they can, get cuts out, then fine. But don't expect someone to put you on.
Yeah.
And I no must come out best friend.
Yeah.
No must come out for me. This is speaking for myself.
Yeah.
Mina, no one owes me anything. But maybe if Bokia Puma to share some plans, you would like to speak a jam. Nada, you still don't owe me anything.
Yeah.
I was just at the right place at the right time. Sharp, move on with your life. When just be the best you. Don't worry about me, dog. Mina, it's got substance of figure. You don't owe me anything. I don't feel like you owe me anything. So yeah. That's how I see it.
Yeah. So when I say rap, kasirap. So what is kasirap? Can you explain the culture with it? Here in kasirap.
Kasirap, the music, simply put, is hip hop, mara, it's kas. You can take it, Peter's States, but as soon as you show cow, say kasirap, because it's
Yeah.
and it's not limited to soweto. To an extent can be considered kasirap because
Sure.
rap can be considered kasirap. In Eastern Cape, Bashai is paz.
Yeah.
Karapa is ma PT.
Yeah.
Yabo, itala se kasla. That's kasirap.
Yeah.
Yabo, even to an extent, this is another states. Angithi ekasla ba ringa islang sabo English ya. Na yo.
Flex.
Na kasirap. Kasirap ya. Uthi nje bayifika ngayi thina sayibiza ukuthi kasirap. Yabo, that's how I see it. It's just i-rap ni tala se kasla. Yeah, and then in terms of culture, that's where it gets a little bit layered because in terms of like there isn't a specific dress code because most people don't mama think I can rap but they never think like about K2
this one
or star yeah but yeah
this is the culture because they are very influential to a point where it's
but now, Pelatina, Pelasculism Melaini, equal.
Yeah.
So, in saying what that's kasirap culture. Should it's quite a culture. Should quite a culture is kasirap culture. Tina, we adapted like quiet culture is quite to which is hip hop, say spice.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I want us to talk like hip hop. What?
Sure.
Yeah, the hip hop so no.
Yeah.
Like killing hip hop like you question people it's funny answer. That's what it's funny answer right. That's kind of true.
I wanted that hip hop is dead conversation.
Yeah.
I always bring it to a quote by an MC by the name of Black Psalmist from the bar.
Yeah, sure.
Black Psalmist said, hip hop isn't dead, it just exists in places that you don't care about.
Thanks.
So, umuntu ilife yakhe if MTV, if that's all they know, MTV, right? Magabuli MTV, bamdlalelani DC. So for him or her, wow, hip hop is alive.
Yeah.
Sharp. After some time, piano night, yeah. We MTV.
Yeah.
Yo, Gabs, yo, Maporisa. Hip hop feeling was over night. I feel. I'm going to piano na MTV. So someone who doesn't care about places like your Slughuis, to that person who doesn't care with hip hop is to them hip hop is dead. But I mean, dog, these last 4 years with the growth of Amapiano, if you ask someone who follows the Sotra Cyphers, would see hip hop is what ring on.
Yeah,
people drop an episode every month. What do you mean hip hop is dead?
Yeah.
Maseven keep it here. What do you mean? Who should keep it here? So it's only dead to people that don't care about the places that play hip hop. So and it's mostly like in the commercial space, because that's where people, especially young people, get their culture. For example, Minanengosi, she's turning 12 this year. Yeah, piano.
Oh,
over. Because there's a TV in yeah. So hip hop, no. That's stuff. So it all depends on where you are searching. So you can't just say hip hop is dead. We are showing. You're not contributing anything within the culture. You are a passive listener. Tourist hip hop, this guy. So it's not those people that get to say hip hop is dead. It's like even when Nas, remember Nas had an album called Hip Hop is Dead.
Yeah.
So when Nas dropped that album, that Hip Hop is Dead, people took offense. Why? Because it's coming from Nas.
Hey.
You are like one of the goats.
Hey.
Why is this guy saying this about hip hop? So if they say that, then you should panic. But now if MTV is telling you that hip hop is dead, you go, oh, okay. Hip hop, hip hop, I know the artists that I follow. When they perform,
and
but yeah, it's the writing. It's trying to tap into the commercial space because commercial piano is the order of the day. So it makes sense to rapper who's trying to tap into the mainstream market would wanna go the piano route. And mini piano na China.
Yeah.
If I said I have a problem with the piano, it would be the same as me saying the problem with quiet.
Sure.
Because let's keep it real. The piano, quiet.
Yeah, obvious.
Right?
Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Which it's like a transformed.
Yeah.
If we use that word.
Yeah.
It's another element of equality, which is catching and very in South Africa compared to we are a dance nation. The house is huge in South Africa. So obviously if there's a genre, I'll still be putting up episodes online on my YouTube channel. And we're gonna be bringing live shows now.
Yeah.
So we're still online, but now we're gonna be doing live shows where we're gonna be inviting about hip hop is there. Which was TV.